to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim. We are back.
We're back.
We're back and we're better than ever.
Well,
Nah, that's debatable.
not true.
I'm with my lovely and no longer sick wife.
As I like.
She
Sniff.
coughs and sniffs, hacks up some
Gross.
mucus.
No, that's too far.
She was never that bad.
I'm on the mend.
Yeah, she's better
I'm better.
now.
I'm better. I don't sound.
We had like a
As good
month
as
of
ever.
sickness.
Yep.
Each kid got it. One after another.
One at a time.
Yep. And when
Yeah.
you have a family of 6, it takes a while
Yeah.
to go through all of us. I have yet to get it though.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll probably get it this week. I'll probably wake up tomorrow morning with a sore throat and runny nose and all that good stuff. But we are here.
Mm-hmm.
We are live coming through your iPhone. I thought I'd do something fun.
You always take things like they're your idea.
This was my, well, I guess it wasn't my idea. It was our friend's idea.
Yes, who texted us a couple episodes ago. We said something like we were running out of ideas, and she
Yeah.
texted me a few ideas. And
Because we haven't been since August, so we have nothing new to talk about.
I was thinking, because I was like, I think since we started the podcast, this is the longest stretch we've gone without a visit to one of the parks. Because when we started, we had just got back from Disney World.
Yep.
New park, longest trip we've ever taken. New parks, I should say. All of our first time.
And that recap took us like
Yeah.
a month
Oh, I
to
should.
get
I
through.
want to listen to those. And then a few months after that, we went for our anniversary, and then like a few months after that, we went in the summer with the kids. So we had just new things to talk about, recaps, ideas, thoughts, things like that. And now it's been a while since we've been a while, but yeah. But we will have some recaps.
Yeah, you
Soon, more than one.
You got a girls trip coming up, which is first time you've gone without the family in a long time.
Since before I became a mom, since before I was
got married.
before we got married, and before I have not been to Disneyland without you since we got married,
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
I've been multiple times without you.
Yeah, I can't believe that I've never done a girls trip.
But it's
and
all
this
been
really
connected to
isn't-
work though.
Yeah, this really isn't a girls trip, I would say. I wouldn't call it like a planned out girls trip with like multiple friends and we're staying for days. Like that's not what this is.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just going to go ride Splash Mountain
yes,
one more time.
This is, I realized that they're going to announce the closure date for Splash Mountain any day because they've already announced it for
January 23rd
for Disney World. And if they did a January closure, when we go in February, it will be closed. It is one of me and my sister's favorite rides. So when they announced for Disney World, I text her and I said, we need to just go for a day and just ride Splash Mountain like as much as we can. And she said, okay. So that's what we're doing. We were going to go was it last week?
Yeah,
But that didn't work out. So, so it's just a day. We're not going to even be at the park a full day. So
I'm looking at the hours on the Disneyland app because that they'll tell you what's closed for refurbishment.
right.
So far, it's out to January 29th.
Okay.
And no Splash Mountain yet.
So, I mean, if it is open still in February when we go as a family, then great. I just got to ride it again. But if it closes, I will never forgive myself. How cool. I saw someone post something in some Facebook group about how they were some ride that they closed or changed, that they were the last guests to ever ride that ride.
Wow.
And like the cast members said that. And I'm like, how cool would that be?
Yeah, if like the day that when we go in February, and that's like the last day.
Can you imagine the wait times for Splash Mountain when they have announced the day it closes?
Yeah.
Like the wait time is going to be insane.
It's gonna be like a race to be the last person. So like people are just gonna stay late.
They might just have like a cast members who worked the ride. They get to ride it, like the last time or something. But I honestly feel like I'd cry the whole time. I might cry the whole time the last time I ride it. I'm very upset.
Yeah. But apparently the version in Disney World is in such disrepair. Like it's fallen apart. Boats keep sinking on the ride.
Oh my goodness.
They have to be rescued. But there's like multiple things in it that doesn't work.
So it's going to, because it's closing for over a year.
Yeah. So maybe they have a lot more to repair at Disney World than they do at Disneyland.
Yeah. That makes sense because, I mean, they announced that the Tiana ride is like early 2024.
Yeah, it's a long time.
So that's, most likely over a year. So that makes sense. But yeah.
So lots more to come in future episodes. But what we're going to do today.
What are we doing? You planned it.
I planned it. So these are, I'm calling it Disney fact or fiction.
All right.
So these are 5 urban legends, not just Disneyland or Disney World, just Disney urban legends in general, mostly have to do with the parks. So there's 5 of them, and I want you to determine whether they are fact or fiction.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. So the first one, Disney urban legend number 1, Cinderella Castle in Disney World can be dismantled in the event of a hurricane. Fact or fiction?
I mean, anything can be taken apart, but they just closed for a hurricane a few months back.
Yeah, over the summer.
And I can't remember the name of it. No, I feel bad. And they didn't do that.
That you know of.
You don't think that would be on social media?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, but they could. I mean, anything could be taken apart.
Yeah.
So it can, doesn't mean that they do.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine that it would need to be in a way that can be taken apart rather quickly and then put back together rather quickly as well.
I'm going to say fiction.
Yep, you're right. Fiction. But it is built. It says, is it true? Not even a little. While the Magic Kingdom Park, including Cinderella Castle, is certainly built to withstand Orlando storms, there's nothing to suggest that any of these more extreme measures are true. Anyway, if this mad rumor was real, wouldn't we have already seen it in action?
Yeah.
So, but that makes sense. I know we've talked about this before. Like a lot of the rides in Disney World are inside buildings, a lot of the lines.
Yeah.
So they have a lot more weather there. Where in California, a lot of the lines are outside.
Yeah.
So yes.
All right. That's fiction. I've never heard that before. So.
All right. Disney urban legend number 2. You know the answer to this one. Toy Story characters will drop to the floor when you shout, "Andy's coming."
That is fiction.
Yeah, it is
It
fiction.
used to be fact.
It used to be fact.
But I think, I just read something about this, why they stopped. But it's fiction.
Yeah.
They will just look around
Yeah.
like they're looking for him.
Apparently, yeah, like you said.
Someone got
it was
hurt or something.
It was true, but it got posted on social media and it went viral. And
I remember that. It
cast members, where it was only like 1 or 2 visitors who were going to do it a day, went too quickly. They said 50 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
And so people would just be walking by and shout, "Andy's coming." And so it became a hazard. And
Another way that social media ruined something at the Disney parks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So Used to be true, no longer true. So
I think we tried it once.
I don't remember. Sounds.
I think I
right,
tried it.
but-
I tried it.
So don't be that person and shout Andy's coming.
They won't fall down.
All right. We were going to go through these probably rather quickly. So, correction, not 5 rumors
got
or
4.
urban legends. There's only 4. So, Disney urban legend number 3.
Okay.
Spreading ashes at Disneyland parks. As in human remains.
Right. Is illegal or legal? Is that what
That it's
okay?
That it's been done.
Oh, that it's been done?
That's been done.
Or that it's legal?
Well, we already know it's not it's not legal.
Well, I'm sure someone's done it.
Well, but it's known to be done. Fact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure people do it.
People do it. Mostly on Haunted Mansion,
Gross.
which is gross. But there's been reports of actually the Wall Street Journal did an expose on the practice and found that spreading ashes at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World is a common occurrence, and it isn't limited to Haunted Mansion. They quote, they say, human ashes have been spread in flower beds, on bushes, and on Magic Kingdom lawns, outside the park gates, and during fireworks displays, on Pirates of the Caribbean, and in the moat underneath the flying elephants on the Dumbo ride.
What?
Most frequently of all, according to custodians and park workers, they have been dispersed throughout the Haunted Mansion. And so...
So what happens when these people get caught?
I don't know. I'm sure they get kicked out.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a specific procedure that they do to clean these things up. So I don't know what that is, but yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's like, I get that you're like, you love Disneyland or Disney World and you want your ashes spread at the place that you love, but that's a public place and we don't, that's too far.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get like the ocean or on someone's property that, you know, it's special to them. All right, last one. We went through this real quick. I thought this would be longer. Sorry.
Are there more? Let's try to find more.
Oh, I'm sure there's more.
Let's try to find some.
Disney urban legend number 4. Walt Disney's body and cryogenically frozen head is buried underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
That'd be cool. That's fiction.
That's true. It's
true.
It's true. That is fiction. It is fiction. There's always been rumors that he was like obsessed with like cryogenically freezing himself. Mm-hmm. Like the rumor is like before he died that he froze his body, and so that way he could be unfrozen, brought back to life, and at a time where the medical science
Man.
was better, just like Encino Man. Brendan Fraser and Walt Disney.
Movie.
That's a really good movie. But yes, that is fiction. Mm-hmm. He's not buried under Pirates of the Caribbean. This article didn't say whether it was Disneyland or Disney World. I would assume
It would be Disneyland
because Disney World wasn't built yet.
Yeah.
But I like this article's phrasing. It's a load of Mickey Mouse droppings.
Gross.
Yeah. So it was actually the first person to be cryogenically frozen wasn't until December of 1967. So a year after he died.
It was Austin Powers.
No, it was not Austin Powers. All right, we found some new ones here. Disney urban legend number 5. There's a basketball court inside the Matterhorn Mountain. in Disneyland.
Excuse me. I don't know how specific this is going to get. I think I'm going to say that's fiction. It's not a court. It's just a hoop. So then is it true?
It's true because
Okay.
there is a basketball hoop.
It's not a court.
It's not a court. There's a basketball hoop. It's like a break room.
Yeah.
That's in there because that's where, Tinkerbell goes in to, there's a makeup room or just like a break room. And I think there's just a break room for cast members who are working there because they used to have live action mountain climbers back in the day
Yeah.
on it. So
All right.
It's
So
true.
it's true. I knew
It's
there was a
true.
bath, but it's not like a full court.
yeah, it's not a court. It's just a basketball hoop. So yeah, it's actually only a half court as there was nowhere near enough room to build a full court. When the Matterhorn was built, there was a considerable amount of empty space in the upper levels. Allegedly, Walt Disney actually gave the go-ahead to fill it with a basketball court. So no, the Matterhorn isn't a second home for any Disney villains after all. I don't know what that was talking about. I have another one. Disney Urban Legend number 6. I think I lost count, but
Yeah.
6. Disney uses mind controlling technology when you enter the park.
Yes, true. What even is mind controlling technology?
Let's see.
Like what I want an explanation before I give an
So
answer.
I'm reading this article. It says, do the words Disney and mind controlling technology go together? It does a certain number of conspiracy theorists. Apparently, Disney has attempted to mind control their masses by smell-centered technology. Obviously, a false claim, Disney's smell technology does exist. Disney's smellizers are small devices that create different aromas to arouse a different sensation depending on where they're placed. You might smell popcorn and cotton candy on Main Street, but you might smell old wood and dust in Haunted Mansion. Fascinating technology, but more for immersion than mind control. So we all know that they pump smells
Right.
throughout the park. So
Yeah.
they cover up other things and it's also for immersion. So I'm going to call it there. There's some Disney urban legends. Thought it'll last longer.
Well, hang on, I've got one.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
The Disney parks have been sued due to the trauma caused to guests who witnessed characters backstage without their costumes' heads on.
False. Fiction.
Mostly false. 2 separate lawsuits against Disneyland have included some mention of a guest seeing a costumed cast member without their head on, but both times the accusation was part of a larger complaint. Here's another one.
Okay.
Until pretty recently, Disneyland's dress code prohibited men with long hair.
That's true. That's fact.
That is true. When Disneyland first opened, the official employee appearance code, including mustaches, beards, and long hair on men. Unofficially, that dress code extended beyond employees, and until the late 1960s, men with long hair would actually be turned away at the entrance of the park.
I have another one here. I forgot this one. Characters' costumes
Yeah.
have cooling devices in them that keep them cool. So like built-in air conditioning.
I feel like recently we talked about this with like Iron Man or something, maybe. But if that was true, then in the summer, like Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, they switch them out every like 10 minutes. So I'm going to say it's false.
It is false. Yeah. A lot of people thought, because those costumes I'm sure get pretty hot. So like, I'm sure they built some type of cooling technology. Nope. They're just regular costumes that they get very hot in the summer. So yeah, there's just some Disney urban legends that people talk about. That would be fun to go through them, and so yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. I'm kidding. Did you have what do we call our memory segment?
Memories. I don't know. Walk down memory lane.
No.
Okay. Well, then you come up with a name.
I don't know. Disney's Memory Maker.
That's a thing.
Going
though.
back.
No, that's a thing. Memory Maker is a thing in Disney World.
Do you have a memory? I kind of have a memory.
Go for it. I don't think you've shared one yet.
I have not.
It's always me.
So this was, when was this? I think this was 2019. It's 2019.
How old were the children? I will tell you.
I don't remember how old they were. It was during the summer. So we didn't go in the summer of 2020, obviously, because it was
Obviously.
closed. Jack got his Rebel pilot helmet. Mm-hmm. Boston got his red lightsaber. Mm-hmm. I think you already know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. And we were just walking down Galaxy's Edge, and we see Kylo Ren. And Noah was terrified of Kylo Ren. And he did not want to see him. But Boston had a red lightsaber, and he had it out. And, they obviously look for kids, that they could, not mess around with, but, interact with. Yeah, interact with. It, yeah. And one of the cast members came up to Boston and said, Kylo Ren wants to see your lightsaber. And so he came up to him, and I forget what he said, but pretty much like, I see you're, training with the Force or something like that. And the dark side has many abilities or something along the lines, to use your anger, not the anger. He wouldn't say that.
Use your anger, little one.
They don't want to entice any anger in their guests. But anyways, so Boston started doing his lightsaber skills, which
he had, because our kids play with lightsabers and play Jedi like all the time. And at this time now they don't as much, they're a little older, but at this time they did all the time.
Yeah.
Boston was, I just looked, it was February 2020.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
So it
was the last trip before it closed. So Boston was just about to turn 4. And the cast members and the onlookers were not expecting the show.
Oh, I know.
That he gave them.
Yeah, there's a big group of people around.
Yeah, they asked, they want to show, they want to, Kylo Ren, because another cast member was like, Kylo Ren wants to see your lightsaber skills. And that boy just went for it.
You want to show off your lightsaber? So you went for it. And it's like, I wish you could see what he was doing. Just like
I believe we've shared this video before.
Yeah.
If not, we will.
We'll have to post it on Instagram.
We'll post it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The audience was like cheering for him. And the audience, it was just people walking by, and then they all stopped. When a character starts talking to someone, people tend to like stop, and watch. But he's just, he's almost 4, not even 4 yet. And, and then you're like telling him on the sidelines, you're like, do a force push. Yeah. So he does it.
Yeah. Sticks his hand out.
And then everyone like cheers.
Yeah. One of the stormtroopers like backs up.
Yeah. They were not expecting what they got.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was really cool. That was one of the highlights.
Yeah.
Noah wasn't having any of it.
No, you will. If we'll post the video, and you'll hear the crying in the background, and then I will tell.
Kylo Ren can be scary.
And this was new. This was, so we had gone the summer before in 2019, and Galaxy's Edge was brand new. That was our first time ever going.
And this was our first time on Rise, wasn't it? February 2020.
Yes, because this was when we bought Boston. So Boston was like 39 3/4 inch tall. Like he was so close to 40 inches, and Rise had opened.
Yeah.
And so we bought him
like thicker shoes.
Thick shoes so that he would be tall enough. And that was so far the only trip we've ever taken where everyone in our family could ride most of it, because obviously not like Incredicoaster is higher, but most of the rides, so we didn't have to do rider swap and all that. We could like all go together.
Yeah.
So that he could ride it. So yeah, that was a good trip. That was
and Jack was trying to get like his attention, but he was totally ignoring him. And
I'm looking. And I was you were videoing and I was getting pictures.
Yeah.
So I've got pictures of him doing the force push. Oh, he looks so little.
I know.
Because this was almost 3 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that long
He's
ago.
like double the age. Oh, I got some good pictures. I got some great pictures.
Yeah, we'll have to share those. But yeah, it's like moments like that.
That make the Disney dream real.
Disney magic moments, you know. That pixel dust. Pixel.
Yeah, you've shared it before.
Pixie dust. We'll share it again.
We'll just. Can we do like a story? Yeah, we could share it in our stories too.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's the whole thing. We'll have to see. If it's not the whole thing, then we'll redo it and do the whole thing.
But
there's a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good. It's really good. So yeah, that's one of my top recent memories.
That's a really good one. That's
Yeah.
a really good one.
Yeah, he ate it up. He loved it.
Yeah.
So
Which is fun because the other two boys have never been performers. Although Jack is very animated and likes to like interact with the character, but then he'll get shy. But like, they've never been scared of any of the characters. Well, Noah was terrified of Kylo Ren, but that's
this
understandable.
was just right after coming off of Rise, and Rise scared him.
Scared Noah at first, like the part with the lightsaber, which it looks real.
Well, when we get captured, and then like
he was very nervous. Because it's very and they've lightened up. Like the cast members aren't as in character as they were. When it first opened, they were.
New.
I was scared. Like I honestly felt like a little nervous. I remember my heart was kind of racing. Like I was just like, I didn't know if I liked it. Like I was like, I don't. That's like it was intense.
Yeah.
So that was right after that, and then. You know, he's scary. So he wanted us to leave. And we were like, no, look at Boston.
Yeah, Boston's performing for everyone. Let's all watch Boston.
Yeah. Who at the time was the baby.
Yeah.
But now he would be totally fine. This was 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, they love it.
But
They love it. So yeah, speaking of, going back to, the cast members and how they're on Rise and how they play the characters, like, when they first came out, they're really into it. Now they're, they play into it, but not as much as before.
It was the same with Tower of Terror.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, is it going to get to the point where it's Tower of Terror and there's like,
oh, they were acting just like normal cast members.
Yeah.
Because normal cast members who are just like very helpful and very nice and smiley and pleasant most of the time, except since COVID. You find some grumpy ones. But, and then you'd go to Tower of Terror and it would be so weird because they are like mean and keep a straight face and like, and then it got to the point, where they were just like normal, smiling and helpful. And you're like, no, like you're supposed to be trying to scare me. And yeah.
But I mean, that's the whole part of like Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be immersive, and the cast members there are supposed to be playing the characters as being on this planet. So maybe they'll stick with it a little bit longer, but
hopefully.
I worry that it'll eventually just turn into, just another ride.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. Hopefully they fix parts of it that don't work anymore either.
Yeah. It's been not working as well. So we'll have to see.
That's a good one. Well done with the memory.
Thank you.
Now you got to come up with another one next week.
I know. All right. Well, this was just a short one this week as we get back into the groove.
Yep.
Podcast, but we'll have more soon. Don't worry.
I'm sure they are.
They're very worried.
Germany's worried.
Yeah. We've been having a lot of new lists, or at least new locations. I don't know if they're new listeners, but it seemed like new locations. A lot on the East Coast. Yeah, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Washington, D.C.
It's the president.
It is the president. He is a big Disney fan.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
And if you have ever heard of any Disney urban legends that you would like to share or that you don't know the answer to and just want to throw out there, leave us a review and put it there.
Yeah, and we'll investigate for you.
And then you'll get a shout out in our podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
Oh, we do have a review. I want to give them a shout out.
We have a review.
We have a review. Let me find it real quick. All right, Crystal, 5 stars.
Thank you, Crystal.
Crystal says, I am so glad I found this podcast. Loving the deep Disney tips. Keep them coming. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate it.
You're
If
the
you want to
best.
shout out, just like Crystal, leave us a review.
Yeah.
Leave some stars. Follow us on Instagram, dreaming.of.disney.podcast on Instagram.
Anything you want to hear us talk about,
Yeah, let us know.
we're open.
And we'll be back next week,
Yep.
and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.